Hello, my name is Michael Burton, and I'm the Program Manager for the Transcript Evaluation Service from the University of California Office of the President. And today I'm going to show you how to access and use the Transcript Evaluation Service School Report. To access your TES School Report, go to www.transcriptevaluationservice.com and click Login. Enter your login credentials and click Sign In. Select your district if it isn't automatically populated. I'm going to choose ABC Unified for the purposes of this webinar. And once you select your school, you will be directed to the My Reports landing page. You will see three tabs: Preliminary tab, a Final tab, and a Historical tab. The reports that are included under the Preliminary tab, though you don't see any here at this moment, are available anytime after your school's data has been uploaded into the TES system. However, they have not been reviewed by a TES evaluator and are not considered verified. Reports that are included under the Final tab have been reviewed by a TES evaluator and they are considered verified. And finally, the historical reports contain aggregate school data on A through G completion over a series of years, as long as files have been submitted to us in previous years. I do want to point out that the historical reports do not contain student level data. They only contain aggregate data in terms of A through G completion rates at a school overall. I want to go back to the Preliminary tab because we are going to view sample reports for this webinar. And as I mentioned, we are going to focus on the school report, the online version of the school report today. So just go ahead and I'll click on School Overview and we will wait for that to load for just a moment. The TES School Report gives you an in-depth aggregate view of a school's A through G completion rate for both the UC and the CSU. This view can be easily broken down using several filters that allow users to isolate specific student cohorts who meet specific criteria. Please bear in mind that the report is accurate as of the date in the upper right-hand corner, which is the date on which the information was uploaded into our system. If you have questions about a particular section of the school report, you can hover over the question bubble and you will get a brief explanation of that section of the report. You can also toggle using the college eligibility filters between the UC version of the report and the CSU version of the report, because each system does have different validations that will affect the overall A through G completion rate for each of these systems. So we do offer radio buttons to allow you to toggle between each of those. And before I move on to showing you other sections of the report, I do want to explain two filters. Economic disadvantage is determined by free and reduced lunch, and program name will be added as a filter if that information is included in the file. Schools that have academies or specific outreach programs can use this to view the A through G completion rate of students in those programs versus those that are not. So the first section I'm going to explain briefly is the UC overall eligibility status. The dark blue portion of this bar graph will show all students who are meeting the A through G grade level benchmarks and minimum GPA requirements that have been set for the system you are reviewing. We are reviewing the UC. Again, you can change this to CSU. The gray section will show students who are close to meeting the benchmarks, which is defined as no more than a total of 2 courses away from meeting the grade level benchmarks that have been set for them. And finally, the yellow section will show those students who are not meeting grade level benchmarks because they are more than 2 courses away from meeting the grade level benchmarks set for them. I do want to scroll a little bit to the bottom to show you the UC eligibility status of all students. I refer to this as the student roster. And I do want to show you how this changes. For instance, if I want to see all of the students in the school in 9th through 12th grade who are meeting the grade level benchmarks as set by the University of California, I can click on this section right here, and you will notice that the roster below will change. And it will include the names of those students who are meeting the requirements. If I want to look at close to meeting, click on the gray section, and again, this will change to students who are close to meeting the requirements. And I can click on the name of a student to access that student's student report. Give the system just a moment to boot up, and it'll take me right to that student's report. Let me go back to the school report and show you a few of the other sections of the school report. So school-wide race and ethnicity distribution will break down all of the students that have been submitted to us by race or ethnicity. Again, I can click on any one of these bar graphs to see the names of the students who are included in that section. And the UC eligibility status is broken down by grade level as the default filter. However, I can add multiple filters to break down this TES school data further. So for instance, let's say that I wanted to view the eligibility status by grade level and gender. So what I would need to do is come over to the first demographic filter and see that grade level is checked. And then the second tier demographic filter, I'm going to choose gender, and you will see that the report now changes to break down the student data by grade level and then by gender within those grade levels. And then now I can see the breakdown by percentage and also by raw number of students. If I want to see my males that are in 11th grade that are meeting the UC requirements, again, click on that section, and I will see the student roster change to reflect just those students. To review other TES reports, click back to TES reports and then back to my TES, and you can review other reports. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, and have a great day.